What's going on YouTube? This your boy, Mr. Antisocial, coming at you again with another video. In this particular video, we're going to talk about something that's been just, for the last year and a half, been a major topic. We're talking about voting rights. We're not even going to, I'm not going to even talk about the current administration. Whether I agree with it or disagree with it, it doesn't matter. I've been having conversations with people at work. Your vote doesn't matter. The way that the elections went in 2016, it proves that your vote doesn't matter. Blah, 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 blah. I don't believe that. I don't agree with that. We have too many people that fight for our votes, for us to have the right to vote. So for you not to go out there and do it, that's disrespectful. That's not appreciating what the people that came before us did. They actually took their time, gave their lives for the things for us to have this privilege of voting. And right now, it's not just a privilege, it's an obligation. So I don't even want to talk about whether you should vote or you shouldn't, because I completely agree that you should vote. But I want to talk about those that we forget, that majority that is coming back from the 80s, the early 90s. The population that we're forgetting, the population that should have a voice, the population that right now in my community that are coming back that don't have a voice or don't feel like they have a voice, or they feel like they're just left out, that they're forgotten by society. And that's not true. We all hear this term when we come to any elections. We hear this term. And the 2018 midterm elections are coming up. The 2018 midterm elections are very, very, very important. The 2018 midterm elections are very important. And we need to get everybody out. We need to get everybody out. No matter what race, creed, nationality, age, or what have you. If you have the right to vote, you should go out and vote. It's your duty. It's your obligation. But let's talk about disenfranchisement. We hear about this term in every election. Disenfranchisement. Do you know what the word disenfranchisement means? The word disenfranchisement means the state of being deprived of a right or privilege, especially the right to vote. And we're talking about right now, what I want to talk about is the widespread disenfranchisement. I want to talk about those that are coming back from prison, those that don't think they have certain rights, those that have been fighting, those that have tried to get their lives back. Everybody deserves a chance. Those that have come back and deserve and earn their right, earn their chance at restarting their lives. There's a misconception that because you have a felony, because you serve time in prison, that you cannot vote. I had this argument, I've had this talk with people. It's become very recent. I've had this conversation the last couple of days at work with people that they shouldn't have the right to vote. Certain people shouldn't have the right to vote. You shouldn't do this, shouldn't do that. In the case of those that have served time in prison, those that have been incarcerated, have come back, it's a misconception that you lose that right permanently to vote, which is not true. State approaches to felon disenfranchisement vary tremendously. In Maine, Vermont, felons never lose their right to vote, even while incarcerated. In Florida, Iowa, Virginia, felons and ex-felons permanently lose their right to vote. This is not a black or white issue. We're not going to make it that. We're going to make this a political issue. In 2016, an estimated 6.1 million people in the United States, 2.5% of the nation's voting age population, including DC, could not vote due to a felony conviction, and an increase of 4.2% from the 2010 total of 5,850,000. And and the highest number since the 1960s. 7.44% of African Americans in the United States could not vote due to a felony conviction in 2016. In Kentucky, 26.15% of African Americans were disenfranchised, the highest percentage in the U.S. Florida had the highest total, 1,686,318 people. Per capita, that's 10.43% disenfranchised population of the United States. Florida has the highest rate. Mind you, this is a southern state. I'm Southern, love and proud to be Southern. My people fought, stayed here to fight, and not just to fight, but improve the quality of life of all those that you live in the United States. So this is not just a black and white issue. If you think having the right to vote, losing the right to vote is a black and white issue, it is. It's very much a black and white issue. The issue is you're taking the votes away from everybody. We all should have a common goal. That common goal is to live life to the fullest, provide for our family, be safe, and so on. So taking the right to vote from one group of people is a disservicement to everybody. So having the right to vote is very important. But it's a little known fact that voting rights are automatically restored upon completion of parole, and people on probation can vote. Ex-offenders should re-register to vote. It's very important. You have the right to vote, but you cannot be lazy and not go out there and seek your right to vote. You cannot be lazy and sit there and automatically think that you should have the right to vote. You should. But you have to go out there and do your due diligence and go out there and find the laws for your state. Understand what's going on in your state. We as people that are on the outside should help our people, should help anybody to secure their rights, to help them understand. Just because you were locked up does not mean you completely lose your rights to vote. I'm going to include a link, several links in this video in the description that can help you. I'm going to include a map. Don't trust the map. Don't trust the links. Do your own research. Go out and find, help get people out for the 2018 midterm elections. Stop complaining. You don't complain if you're not doing what you're supposed to do.